all knows me, who it is. It's me, Voltage, and I'm going to continue my story from right off where I left off last time. I'm actually recording this directly after the other recording, so let's continue on the story of Voltage, Return to Legend, Forgotten Memories. Let's go. Wahoo! We actually just saw Zappy die, and we also saw Rio get beyond ticked off, so let's continue. Shade gasps as he feels Eve disappear and reappear an hour later with Rio and faint feeling of Zappy. Voltage slowly starts to open his eyes, seeing Shade. Visions start flickering through his head. A Pikachu talking to a Mew with an Umbreon. A Eevee and Buizel fighting the Pikachu and Mew. These are actually all scenes from the past. A Pikachu talking to Mew. This is on the first adventure with Voltage and plus Phalanx when they met her as Chaos. An Eevee and Buizel fighting the Pikachu Mew. This is when they actually had to fight for Eve. For Chaos to join the guild. A shiny Snivy lying on the ground almost dead. This is when Voltage used Berserk and almost kills Sniv. Although Incarnate swinging goodbye, that took place at the end of the last episode. At the end of the last story. He gasps in pain as the visions stop. Shade, what's wrong, little one? Voltage, I just had visions of a Pikachu. Shade floats forward towards two statues of one of a Mew holding its arms out wide, holding a Skitty in him, and a Pikachu with a paw raised above his head in victory. I assume these two are in your visions. Yes, the Pikachu and Mew. Who are they? Shade, I need to tell you, those two are us. I assume you also saw a Buizel, a Flare, and a Snivy, Umbreon, a Lucario, and Shinx. I saw all of them. How do you know? My real name is Chaos. Those indeed were us, and now we are needed again to save the world. I'm afraid that your Shinx in the visions is no longer with us. Voltage screams in pain as his visions flash as he starts to glow white. Shade puts Voltage on the ground as he starts to grow. Voltage. Wait, well, I remember everything. Now, oh no, Zappy, you said he's no longer with us? Voltage is back in Pikachu form. Welcome back, Voltage. We need your strength. Follow me, please. Walk back to the cage with Voltage following. Voltage sees Phalanx on the ground along with Sparkage and Charm unconscious. Sniv is conscious. Sniv gasps, seeing Voltage evolved. Tears fill his eyes. Voltage, nice to see you again. Sniv, I'm happy to be back. He turns to look at Shade. Why is Sparkage, Charm, and Phalanx knocked out? I had to knock them out. They were trying to heal you, and I wanted to test your resolve. Goes to Sparkage's perspective. Opens his eyes. Looking around and seeing Charm unconscious as well as an Umbreon and a Snivy conscious. And sees a shiny Pikachu with the Mew. Wait, is that you, Voltage? Walks out of the cage using Iron Tail, smashing it open. Sparkage, yes, it's me. Looks at Voltage, looks deep into his light blue eyes. It's really you from the legend. I guess I did say Phalanx was possessed. Speaking of which, he uses the Thunderbolt on Phalanx. Phalanx jumps in the shock before turning to Voltage. Voltage, why are you shiny? And I see you're zapping me again. I was a shiny Pichu, and and I thought I might as well get back here for killing Chaos, and your virus is now possessed to guarantee who killed Zappy. Phalanx, I felt a disturbance. This is all my fault. That the poor Shinx is dead. Sniv knows Zappy is dead. She leaps onto her feet. What are we waiting for? Let's go back to the guild. Voltage, I will get Charm. Picks up Charm carrying the knocked out Charmander on his back. Let's go. Sparkage chases after Voltage on all fours. Shade floats after them while Sniv and Phalanx talk to each other. Now this a little bit actually speaks a lot about Sparkage because he actually wants to become strong like Voltage is. Sparkage or Voltage, how did you become strong? So strong. I want to be like you. Voltage, I've been training for so many years, holding my abilities and almost died many times. But I kept on fighting. If you give up, you won't ever get anywhere. Sparkage, thanks for the tips. Look here, little one. You be careful. Don't do something foolish, please. You have a long life ahead of you. My goal is to protect you. You won't end up like Zappy. 2 hours later at the guild infirmary. Sniv, oh no, Eve is severely injured. Rio, what just happened to you? Rio, what happened to you? Don't ask. I'm taking up the guarantee one way or another. This is where his rage form kicks in, as you can see by how he's in mega form. This takes place on the 8th. Puts Charm on a bed next to Eve and Vortex. We need to bury Zappy and send him off. 5 days later, in Dang Forest, next to Chaos Grave is the new statue of a Shinx and a pile of fresh earth. I made a statue of Zappy got built as well in those 5 days. I mean, in those 3 days of everyone working together. Stan sat in front of the grave with Rio, Sparkage, Charm, Voltage, Shade, Vortex, and Phalanx. Now this is Sniv thinking. It's been 3 days since we've lost Zappy. Now we must get back at the virus and end this whole ordeal. He was in the Gil hospital. It's unlikely he will ever recover. He will ever fight again. He broke both his back legs in the attack. He should live, however, but I feel bad for Eve. All we can do is finish the fight. Eve, when she got sucked into the Black Void, both her back legs got snapped when she was getting slammed against the meteors. So she's unable to fight again. Voltage, everyone is in attendance. It's been 3 days since our friend's life was taken. We need to fight back and end this once and for all. Now everyone, we trained for 2 days, then we need to fight Giratina. Sniv, practice Giant Tail. Sparkage, practice Thunder Punch and Grass Knot. Rio, just try to get stronger. Me, you, Shade, and Phalanx should be okay. We have abilities that can help us. Charm, work on Shadow Claw. Vortex, you're staying in the guild to help Eve. Later that day, Sparkage and Charm trading together. Sparkage uses Shadow Claw with one hand and Dragon Claw with the other hand, slicing the dummy into many pieces. Sparkage uses Thunder Punch on a dummy, setting up flank to and uses Iron Tail slicing it in half. Charm, hey Sparky. Yeah, that's his nickname that you have for Sparkage. Charm calls him Sparky. Sparkage, what is it, Charm? I have a bad feeling about our fight. We are both young. We already lost to poor Shinx. We must be careful, but only me and Phalanx have our good moves for Giratina. Giratina being a ghost dragon type, they have the only super effective move being Shadow Claw and plus Dark Pulse for Phalanx. So Phalanx and plus Charm are both going to be the only ones who can do super effective moves. Sparks are aware that we must stay safe. Flashes to Vortex at Eve. Vortex, this is my first time I'm not going to be able to fight with the others. I must stay with Eve. It's a shame I want to fight, but this is Voltage's quest, not mine. Be safe, everyone. Come back to me safe. Come back safe to me. Flashes to Voltage and Sniv both practice like Iron Tail. Voltage, hopefully our plan works. We must keep Charm and Sparkage safe no matter what. They are the youngest. The virus will want to clean another life. Here's how it is. The virus is actually targeting young people. You guys may notice how Chaos died? She was 15 in the first story. Zappy in this story was only 14. So that's really important to notice. Sparkage is 14 right now. Charm is 16. Phalanx is 20. Voltage is about 25. Sniv is almost 22, I think, in this part of the story, if I remember right. Even Phalanx, even Vortex are both safe because they're going to be in the guild. They won't be targeted. But this means Sparkage and plus Charm will be targeted in this fight, probably. I'm aware of this, Sniv. I don't expect all to come back alive, Voltage says. Flashes to Phalanx. I'm responsible for the virus. It wants to clean 3 lives, but it knows if it cleans me, it dies. So I need to keep the others safe. It will aim for the younger ones, being Sparkage and Charm. Zappy was a young one. It gains energy if it kills young ones. Chaos was 15 when she died. I'm going to keep my friends safe. Flashes to Rio and Shade. I will avenge Zappy one way or another. Rio, I understand your sadness. I've been in this situation twice, only I was the one who died. I was the first victim of the virus. Rio, tomorrow we head to the Abyssal Badlands and face Giratina in the dungeon. We must win. Let's meet back with the others. Back in the guild dorms. Voltage, we're going to ask your difficulty quest tomorrow. We free Giratina from the virus and destroy the virus once and for all. Our main goal is to keep Sparkage and Charm safe. As for right now, we must get some sleep. The next day. Guys, now before we go, Sparkage and Charm stay safe. Sniv, we are keeping you both safe. I'm aware the virus targets younger Pokemon. I'm the youngest. Sparkage says, Charm, I should be realistically safe. I'm 2 years older than Sparky. Rio, let's move. I got a Giratina to take out. Shade, control your rage, Rio. Voltage leads them out of the guild with Sparkage, Charm, Sniv, Rio, Shade, and Phalanx following him. 3 hours later outside of the Abyssal Badlands. I sense him right in front of us. Let's enter. Welcome to my domain. You are not leaving. Use your psychic, grab them all. If you want to escape, beat my army of illusions. 2 Raichus appear. A Lucario appears. A Charizard, a Mew, a Jolteon, a Luxray, and Floatzel Superior appear. You guys may wonder why I have the a Luxray, and plus a Floatzel, and a Jolteon, because Zappy is gone, so he would not be able to fight the Luxray. Jolteon, that ends up actually representing Flare. Well, so that's basically gonna be Shade's opponent for this fight. I mean, not Shade's opponent. That's gonna be Phalanx's opponent. The Floatzel, that's the evolved form of Vortex. So technically, I want to have all this kind of fights in here. So let's just see what happens. Voltage will make your speed of evolved forms or other Pokemon that we are associated with. The Luxray is Zappy. The Floatzel is Vortex, and the Jolteon is for Phalanx. You know it. Releases his Psychic. Sparkage, let's do this. Sparkage leaps forward using Iron Tail on the Raichu. Voltage's eyes glow orange as he flashes out of sight. Appear behind Raichu using Iron Tail, and vanishes using Surf, slamming it into Raichu and then using Shockwave. Raichu flies in the air before using Thunderbolt. Voltage ability absorbs electricity before leaping into the air and slamming an Iron Tail against Raichu's head, then using a full power Volt Tackle, slamming into Raichu. Raichu slams to the ground with Voltage slamming on top of him, knocking him out. Sparkage flies in the air after getting hit by an Iron Tail across the head as Raichu uses Thunderbolt. Leaps into the air, absorbing electricity, and grabs Sparkage before he hits the ground. His eyes go golden as he gets mad and vanishes out of sight using Iron Tail after Iron Tail on Raichu, sending him flying towards Sparkage as he unleashes a Thunderbolt on Floatzel. Floatzel falls to the ground, knocked out. Sparkage uses Iron Tail, slamming it into Raichu's head. Here we go, crack as Raichu falls to the ground with a dent in his skull. Charm flies into a rock after getting hit by an earthquake from Charizard and falls to the ground unconscious. Shade already have taken out the other Mew by using Hyper Beam and Gain Impact, and Dark Pulse turns to Luxray. So that means that the two Raichus are out, but Charm is out as well on the side. The Luxray is done. I mean the other Mew is done. Sniv flies in the air after having taken 4 Iron Tails, Aerial Ace, and Hyper Beam falls to the ground knocked out. Sniv is done. He's got knocked out as well. Rio uses counter on the Drain Punch, slamming his Aura Spear counter into the other Lucario's skull, then grabs his head and slams his leg into his leg spike, leaving a hole in Lucario's forehead as he falls to the ground beyond unconscious. He literally slammed his leg spike into the other Lucario's skull, killing him. That'd be able to kill someone. Phalanx uses Sing on the Jolteon, then fires off 7 Shadow Balls before leaping in the air, sending Iron Tail on the Jolteon's head. Jolteon falls to the ground knocked out. Charizard's superior lunge at Voltage and Sparkage using Earthquake Hyper Beam. Voltage uses Iron Tail, knocking Sparkage out of the way as he gets slammed by both Earthquake and Hyper Beam, flying into the air into a Dragon Claw and Aerial Ace. These launch him towards the ground, only to get hit by another Iron Tail and Earthquake. Voltage falls to his face, knocked out. Charizard and Spear turn towards Sparkage while Shade and Rio handle Luxray. Shade and Rio are both fighting Luxray right now. Equals. Sparkage has no help. Besides, maybe. Charizard and Superior use Flamethrower and Hyper Beam towards Sparkage. Phalanx, no, you're not taking him. Leaps away, taking both hits, wincing in pain. As he falls to his knees, only seeing Iron Tail and Dragon Claw. Slamming into me as he flies into Cave Wall, sliding to the ground, knocked out. Phalanx is out as well now. Pikachu! He starts glowing white as he starts to grow. Sparkage turns to see Sparkage, only to get hit by a Crunch, and Iron Tail falling to the ground, knocked out. Shade is knocked out as well. Slam the Drain Punch into Luxray's head as he gets hit by a Crunch, both slumping to the ground, knocked out. So this equals that it's only Sparkage left, who's evolved into a Pikachu. And he can Shade just got ambushed because she turns to see Sparkage and got hit by an Iron Tail and Crunch, taking her out. And Rio managed to take out the Luxray. But he got hit by Crunch and knocked out as well because he took too much damage to the fight beforehand against the Lucario. Sparkage is up to me. He charges towards Superior and Charizard in a blitz of electricity, using Wild Charge, slamming into Charizard, knocking him out. Then using Iron Tail on Superior, then using Grass to time down. As Voltage and Phalanx wake up, seeing Sparkage slamming Iron Tail into Superior's head, snapping his neck. Sparkage, you evolved? Yep. Phalanx runs around healing everyone. I'm kind of finishing the story now. Let's end this. Might not be able to finish this all, because there's just quite a bit left. Void, you beat all my illusions, congratulations, but you can't beat me. But can you beat me? Music Psychic, claiming Charm into Sparkage. Spark catches Charm. You okay, Charm? I'm fine. Let's end this, everyone. Here's the little master plan they had planned about. They all teleported by Shade, surrounding Void using all sorts of range moves like Thunderbolt and Shadow Ball. Then they all charge forward using Iron Tail and other moves like Shadow Claw for Charm and Shadow Ball for Phalanx. Void gets hit by all attacks, then uses Psychic on Charm, slamming him to a Sniv over and over again. Sniv falls to the ground unconscious. Charm gets slammed to the ground as he blacks out. Shade teleports over to him, only gets struck by 10 Shadow Balls. Chaos fades into view using Psychic, holding Void in place. Voltage uses Iron Tail along with Spark to shoot Rio. Phalanx uses Zap Cannon. Rio screams in rage, sending a Shadow Ball into his Chaos before using Meteor Mash on Rio. Rio flies into the cave wall, passing out. Shade collapses to the ground, leaving Sparkage, Voltage, and Phalanx standing. I'm going to end this for here, guys, because I want to leave a little bit of suspense and see how they can win this fight. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you don't forget to like, share, and follow. See ya!